Hello, everybody. Here we are, the Healing Place Energy School live Reiki meditation. I'm Helen Chin Lu with Robin. You could introduce yourself.
Hi, Robin Bornstein, certified Reiki master and meditation instructor. Hello.
Hello. We are two butt Reiki mistresses, and it's so funny. This is our second time of starting the show tonight because we had a malfunction, technical difficulties. And I said, well, Robin, we are not going to panic about this, are we?
No, we are not. It
Maybe
is what
we,
it is, right?
maybe we were just too hot, and all of a sudden we burned the place down. How do you like that one?
I
Hello,
like
Mr. Sanders. So tonight, I'm one of those people. I'm constantly thinking about what should we talk about. What will make be a really great subject. And as I'm talking to clients, a lot of my subjects come from, Robert, believe it or not. As I talk to clients at the Healing Place in Medfield, I'm thinking, oh my gosh, what a great topic. Let's talk about mindfulness, being how to incorporate mindful practices every day so you don't feel like crap.
And it is a practice. And mindfulness
Oh
is a
my
big
gosh.
mindfulness is a big buzzword right now.
Yes. And anyone who has something they would like to share, just jump in, put a little comment, and we would like to get your interaction.
Mm.
So, like today, one of the things that I was telling a client about with mindfulness, because right now she's in the position, she's looking for a partner. So, we all get to a certain age in life, most of us, we're looking for a partner. Most of us don't want to age by ourselves. And so what happens a lot of time as we're looking for a partner, sometimes we radiate desperate energy. Uh-huh. So it's like looking for there's an old movie. Now I'm gonna date myself. There's a movie called Looking for Mr. Goodbar back in the I would say late 70s where this particular woman went from bar to bar looking for Mr. Goodbar, no pun intended, like that person is going to fulfill your life. And unfortunately, she went from experience to experience and saying, is this really what I want? Or is this what I should have? Or someone told me I should have it. So, what do you think about that, Robin?
I think that's the big misconception
Yeah,
is that, somebody else is going to fulfill you, make you happy, and that partner, you need that partner to this particular client you said is, wants someone to grow old with, which is also wonderful. But, you can have great friends that you can grow old with. It doesn't necessarily have to be a romantic partner. But I think what a lot of people have believe is that romantic partner or that partner is going to fulfill all of your needs and make you
oh,
happy.
let me
And
get my magic wand while you're talking. So I
okay.
can wave it over
And
those
if
people who,
yes, if we had a magic wand, then this would work. Yes, it's
yeah.
great to have
See
a
this
partner that
magic
can make
wand?
you happy.
This magic wand is not only going to help you find a partner, but the best partner is yourself.
Yes, that's the point I was getting to. Happiness fulfillment is an inside job. Nobody can make you happy but you.
Exactly. Did you see me pass out when I hit myself with the wand?
I mean, it's just I mean, I think it takes sometimes people learn that lesson young and they're lucky or blessed because that's something that they figured out early in life, and sometimes you figure it out in midlife.
Yeah.
Or
So mindfulness, is it mindfulness? Are you really being your true authentic self? Or are you just repeating the words of your parents or your friends or what you should be? See, I'm going to hit myself with the wand again if I
yes,
keep this up.
that word should be should is that should is a word that we should all eliminate from our
Altogether.
yeah, you should do this and you should do that and I should be this or I should be that. I mean, or they should do this or they should do that. Yeah, get rid of that should word. You'll be much happier.
Yeah. So what does mindful comprise of? I would say being aware of everything you say, do, and be Is that too much? Is that a big responsibility?
It is a huge responsibility because it's really hard to do that. But if you're mindful or you practice mindfulness, it becomes easier to do. You're not going to be perfect. I mean, nobody is. But I don't you think that practicing mindfulness helps you stop and think, stop before you speak? It definitely helps, but not always. I mean, sometimes you
Sometimes.
just
Well, I also
you be
think
mindful.
when you're being mindful, it helps you to distinguish your truth, because if you don't jump to conclusion of what is to be, uh, a lot of times it forces you to look inward instead of just doing the diarrhea thing, the mouth words. I call it mouth diarrhea, where you just, it's, instead of diarrhea coming from the other direction, it's really coming out of your mouth. I remember my husband. Here's a good example, Rob. You will love this. See, my husband thinks I'm really blunt and I just don't have a way to keep my mouth closed sometimes. And I have to say, I have been practicing mindful speaking for the 51 years I've known the dude. And he says, "Well, Helen, you say things." And I used to say them to my husband. Believe it or not, I am being very mindful of what I say, because I can't tell you how much more I really want to say, but I can't, because due to convention, typical convention, where I'm trying to be courteous and be the lovely wife that I am. Oh, did I just say that? Do I believe it? Oh, I don't know. But the
I
point the point is, it's hard to be mindful.
Yes, it is hard to be mindful, and that's why mindfulness is a practice, just like anything else that we want to do well.
Well, we will love to get your feedback how you practice mindfulness, and can you do it? Can you do it as close to whatever you consider is perfection?
So,
And
what do you do, Helen, on a
I
daily?
keep my mouth closed a lot.
No, but I mean, do you, when you are being mindful in that moment, when you're thinking and holding back your speech or whatever it is you want to say, what mantra or mindfulness technique are you
Ah,
using when you are being mindful of not speaking? Are you saying like, oh,
doing.
what's going through your mind when you're
What's
aware?
going through my mind?
When you're aware. See, that's what it is. You want to be aware. You want to be mindful of the practice of how you're going about it, how you're going about your
Oh,
mind.
this is fun. What I do, because we tell ourselves stories all the time, regardless if they're true or not. Even if something happened, let's say years ago, and even though it wasn't true back then, but somehow in your head, you spin the story and then it becomes true. Here's a great story, Robin. I'm going to tell you how bold I was when I was a kid. I had this mega crush on this guy named JD. I won't say his last name in case he's listening, even though it's been 50 plus years, in seventh grade. And I had this incredible crush on him. And I did not know how to proceed, because back then, girls are usually more mature than boys. I asked him out.
I love
He, asked him out to. I haven't thought about this in 50 plus years, and he rejected me because he was so shocked. I asked him out. Here was this nice little Chinese girl asking this nice Jewish boy out to go see him on a movie, and after a while, over the years, instead of, I knew he said no to me, but I twisted it in my head and I made me be the one that said no. And I really believed that after a while. And I saw him at, I think, 40th class reunion. Oh man, this has been 40 years. Anyways, we had a lovely conversation and we laughed about it. And he says, "You had a crush on me?" And I'm thinking, "Ding dong hen, don't you remember I asked you to go out to a movie with me?" And he goes, "No." And I'm like, "Oh, I was crushed."
that. That is so cute.
That's how bold I was at 12 years old.
I love that.
So I carried this flame for about 7th and 8th grade, and then he moved away. And I was just devastated until I saw him at, it was a mixed high school and 7th and 8th grade reunion.
That's so cute that you guys did that. You got together
We
for
got
after
together.
40 years.
One person said, "We're gonna get all you old people together and say hello." And I'm like, and once I got to reunion, I went like this all night long, make sure my stomach was pulled in, my boobs were pulled up, and say, "Sorry, I couldn't help myself."
That is so funny. A lot of people do have work done before those events or any
I
event,
colored
any
my
big life
hair.
event.
That was the beginning of coloring my hair
But that's so
because
funny.
I was like, I can't
As
go
you
to
can
high school
see,
reunion looking like that.
as you can see, I don't color my hair anymore.
Oh, I think it looks fabulous. Nobody
Thank
could
you.
tell anyways.
Thank you.
You look like
I
a blonde, really.
Thank you. So I think mindfulness, being mindful of, those stories that we do tell, because we can change,
Oh, yeah,
our mind can play tricks on us, and
all the
our,
time.
what we think is true may not necessarily be true.
And it's so,
Because you think it doesn't mean it's real.
but and you're right. So this is what I do a lot of times when, and anyone, if you want to share, please feel free. But ask yourself, is this really true? And if it's not true, what does it mean to you? Because a lot of times when we spin the truth or the mindfulness, something is up inside of us that we feel insecure.
What do you think? What do you think it is about people that change their stories? Is it
Well,
is it is it a psychological, is it really about insecurity? Or, I mean, I'm not a psychologist or anything like that, so I don't know, what is it?
no, nor am I.
Is that like some sort of coping technique?
Well, I also believe because now with social media, we're competing all the time. Have you noticed we're competing continuously?
Yeah, it's funny. I have not been on, I haven't posted much lately. I really
That's because you're too busy working, Robin.
I'm yeah, I'm busy. So I find that if I do log on, it's for 2 seconds. I don't see much anymore, which I miss. It's fun to scroll and be on there and see what's going on with
Eh,
everyone.
yeah.
But to be honest with you, I miss it? Yes and no. But
So
it's a necessary thing in our lives these days.
it is, especially if you run a business, as you know, Robin. I got to
Mhm.
promote the both of us on social media. So yes, it's a plus and it's also a curse. So what happened with mindfulness? It becomes a competition.
It is, and if you notice, I mean, it's out there's there's so much out there. We're just all
Inundated. Oh,
inundated, and I'm inundated with the same things that I do, because the algorithms and the way they track you, they know what you do or what you're interested in. So I'm just seeing the same people that are doing what I'm doing or what you're doing over and over and over again. um, so, and it's funny, they track it, everything seems to be tracked. And do I care? I don't, because I'm not typing anything in that I'd be embarrassed about, or I'm not searching for anything that's weird, that or what
well,
I
yeah,
think is weird, but you may not.
I know. Well, I'm a child from the 60s, so I should say 50s. So I'm very, very, even though I'm bubbly, but I'm also very conservative too.
Yes, and I think people share all of that online, and it's fascinating. I find it so interesting to see people's point of views and what they're thinking, how they're feeling, or it's fun to see, because you can see what your friends are posting or doing on
Mhm.
other sites, and it's kind of fun to see what they're up to. I do love it. I do miss
You
all the time
do?
that I had to spend on social media, because it's fun and it's pretty. Everything's so
Yeah, see, you
shiny
like all of that.
and happy. I mean, there are some stories on there that are compelling and
Mhm.
heartbreaking, but it's like everybody has their own personal magazine story going on, their
Oh,
own.
yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
it's fun. I have not got into the TikTok craze. I know that my kids, my husband, they're all like, they're sending me TikTok things. And that's another funny thing. I hear stories about that. I did one time get on TikTok during the pandemic, during lockdown, and I think I stayed up till like 3 o'clock in the morning going like this,
Oh, the
and before I
addiction.
knew it, luckily I didn't have to be anywhere the next day, but I can see where it can become an addiction
Well,
to.
addiction. So even an addiction is part of being mindful. You
Yes.
know what? This is something. If this is what you want to explore, why do you need to be there? And what is it filling with? What's lacking in you that you need to have that type of connection?
Yes, and why are you investing your precious time
Mm-hmm.
and energy on those devices or on those apps? What is it that is fulfilling you? And maybe if you're listening to this and you are somebody who's scrolling TikTok for hours or whatever those apps are, there's so many of them, and they're fun, and there is a place for them. But if you find yourself comparing yourself or obsessing over what you're seeing or doing on there, try to be mindful and think, well, what am I getting out of this? And put down your devices, walk away for 10 minutes, and think of something else that you can do for yourself to make yourself feel good. Go for a walk around the block. Do some laundry. I don't know. Just put
Well,
the
yeah,
device down.
all
Do
of
something
that.
different.
But most importantly, Robin, this is my opinion, and anyone could express theirs. When you fall off the track, get up. Instead of shaming yourself,
Yeah, it's not a big
get up.
deal. Yeah, there's no shame,
Get
no
up.
shame, no shame, because it can be really fun to do. And if you have the time, you
Mhm.
miss your flight, you're hanging out, you get nothing else to do, nowhere to go. It's all good. That's what's wonderful about it. When you have the time, it's so nice to be able to sit there and just do and be with
Exactly.
it.
So, in my opinion, you need to have what I call balanced mindfulness because everybody talks about the goody two shoe part of mindfulness,
Hmm.
but there's a negative aspect of mindfulness. So that's the one that is hidden in the closet. I wish I had a closet to slam. But
Give me an example of your negative mindfulness. Like, where do you go negatively when you're
oh
not
my
being
God.
mindful? I mean, we all go there. We all do.
Well, because I'm such a perfectionist, um, me- more or less my operation is I have Robin and I have a couple other people who support me, but I do the grunt of the work.
Which is a
And when
lot.
I fall behind, that's where my shame comes in. It's like I can't keep up. And one of the things I was talking to someone about is how to do more live presentation. And he would say, well, Helen, I can help you if you could squeeze out another 4 to 12 hours a week. And I'm thinking to myself, how am I going to squeeze out anything? I could barely squeeze out enough sleep, let alone 4 to 6, 12 hours a week on a new project.
And it's a project, especially when it comes to doing video work or
Oh my gosh.
all of those classes that you've put up on your healing school. It is hours of preparation. It's not just. I mean, it's hours of behind the scenes. I mean, I think most people realize that, and it's also time and money too. It's expensive
It,
to
well,
produce.
yes, it is. Like now I'm giving myself a plug. So those little 2 minute videos I make for those people who visit my wall and say, "Oh, this Helen with her video, this and this." For every 1 minute of film recording, the back end work is 1 hour. It takes 1 hour to produce 1 minute of video,
At least,
and
at least
people
I'm.
don't. And they say, "Really?" Between the script, the film, creating the script, filming, the editing, it takes 1 hour to do 1 minute.
Absolutely. It takes a lot. One thing I love about our little lives that we get together, there's no editing. If the lighting's bad, it's bad. If our makeup's bad, it's bad. We don't prepare much. We just get together and
No,
we schmooze. But when
we
you
do
plan,
absolutely no preparation.
yeah, when you want something really polished and perfect, it takes hours of work.
And I think this is what makes it fun because I want to hear from you. People are being really shy tonight. Usually people love to put their input. So if you're being a scaredy cat, you need to cut that out because I would love to hear what you
Yeah,
have.
we'd love to hear what you do
Yes, and that's what part of mindfulness is being able to step out of your comfort zone.
and being aware of other people, their thoughts, their feelings. I mean, Just because you think one way doesn't mean everybody thinks the same as you, and being aware of that and being mindful of that. That's another mindfulness practice that I like to be
Exactly.
mindful about. I mean, not everybody thinks and feels the way you do, and being mindful of that. Another mindfulness practice is, I have these little tidbits that I do every day, and because I've been so busy lately, I'm still doing them, but sometimes it's like a split second of mindfulness. And I'm like, I'll be going about my day, and I'm like, oh yeah, boom, and I'm like, thank you God for my blessings, or whatever, thank you universe for my blessings. I used to be able to spend, a couple of minutes, 5 minutes, sometimes 30 minutes a day practicing my mindfulness, and now it's like 30 seconds. It's like,
Yeah.
whoo, whoosh. But because I trained myself, I can still do it in a quick moment and
Well,
feel blessed,
yeah.
even
So,
even in the crazy chaos of life.
well, next week when we meet, Robin, let's talk about the art of gratitude.
Yes, the art of
Of
gratitude
gratitude.
is a practice. You
It's
really
every
need to.
day.
Yes.
So, Robin, do you feel like doing a little short meditation to get people grounded?
Yes, let's do a short grounding meditation. What time is it? Okay,
It's
so we'll just
7:20.
do,
We
yeah, so
talked too
let's,
much again
I
today.
know, let's just do a 10-minute meditation, a nice quick meditation to end our little live podcast here. So
And
everyone,
I
Helen,
would
turn
love
on
to
your
see
hot
if I could
Reiki
do
hands.
some music. I'm gonna press this button, see what does this do.
Oh, is this a
Oh,
new?
gee, I went away. So I'm gonna play music while you talk, unless you want the whole screen.
Oh, no, play some music. This must be new for this platform. I didn't know you could do that. That's
I
fun.
did not know either. I'm
Okay, well,
always
we're winging
afraid
it,
that
guys. Like we were saying earlier, we don't prepare much for
no, we
this
don't.
broadcast, but you know what? That's why we love doing it, because it's not very stressful. So, anyone who's here listening, I want you to begin to notice your breathing. I have a dog visiting, and you can hear the dog barking downstairs. I'm home alone. It's a guest dog.
Oh, I hear them.
Mm, my little old dog is not barking. It's the little pup, which is the little pup. The dog's name is Humbungalow. Is that a cute dog name? Anyway, part of being grounded is knowing and hearing and listening and feeling things going on around us. Whether you're meditating or moving through life, you're at work, doing what you do, or at home, washing the dishes, whatever it is you're doing, there's always interruptions, there's noises. And I want you to just sit with your hands in your lap, palms up, feet firmly on the floor, back as straight as it can be. Adjust your neck. Close your eyes if you're comfortable with that. And again, bring your attention back to your breathing. And I want you to notice all of the feelings you're feeling in your body. Notice how your back is feeling. Notice your shoulders. Relax your shoulders. And feel the weight of your body. Take a deep inhale in. Inhale and exhale. Again, a nice deep inhale and exhale. Feel the temperature of the air coming in and out of your nose. Feel your feet. Feel them connecting with the gravity of the earth. Begin to wiggle your toes, noticing the energy coming into your feet. Just relax your feet. The energy coming up your legs just by paying attention to that part of your body. Notice your hips. I want you to just adjust your spine, sitting up taller. And take your right ear to your right shoulder and give your neck a little stretch. Back to center. Take your left ear to your left shoulder. Back to center. And again, taking a nice deep inhale. And exhale. Relax your body back into a nice comfortable position. Feeling the weight of your body. Slowly open your eyes if they were closed and just come back to the room. And give yourself a nice big stretch. And thank you so much for joining us today. That's just a short little grounding meditation. That was maybe 8 minutes. But that's all you need to do to feel connected with your breath and be in the moment and stay mindful of your breathing. And it can be as little as 8 minutes, as long as an hour, whatever you need to do. Just take some time for yourself. I highly recommend it.
I want to thank you, Robin. That was always, the meditation is always wonderful. And it helped me to get back into my body. And it's just a lovely way of ending the day and feeling good about yourself.
Yes. And it doesn't take long. It's just, it can be as little as 5 minutes to just stop, breathe, feel your body, and be grateful.
So practice self kindness. And Robin and I will appreciate if you follow, like, subscribe, hit the little alarm button, you name it, all the social media bells and whistles.
Yes.
We will see you next Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we are going to talk about the art of gratitude.
Yes. And I want to mention, if you liked this short meditation, go over to the Healing Place Energy School. There's a meditation class there with 19 meditations for a very
Yes.
low price that you can listen to over and over again. If you buy them, they're always there for you. So please check that out.
All right, honey buns. Be well, everybody.
Bye. All right.
Thank you. Bye bye,
Thank you.
honey.